through how to create a play, and specifically, we're going to actually draw up a flag football defense. Now, you can find defenses, offenses, special teams, drills in this find a play section right here. But today, we're going to create one. So I'm going to hit this create a play plus button. As soon as you do that, it's going to take you to the next page where you can actually go ahead and name it whatever you want. So we're just going to call this defense flag football. And we'll say 5v5. And then here you can choose short field or long field. But also below that, you're going to see field type. Now you can still put it on a high school tackle field. A lot of flag football games are still being played on those. You can do a college or professional. And what changes there is the actual hashes, the ratio, the lines, and everything about that play. But more importantly, if this is for an NFL flag team, you can actually choose the NFL flag background. You can even choose the red zone, backed up, or just a plain blank white one. If this is for a high school or women's college flag football team, we also have that field in here. And then the IFAF does have a different field with the hash going down the middle. And we're starting to see this used a little bit more common, so you can still choose that with all those options. But today, let's just go with the NFL flag one. And we will say this is backed up. So we have a team getting ready to try to score on us. Now, the field markers. If I hit yes, you're going to see the red line and black lines come into play here. And what that's doing is actually putting the markers on the field in case you really want to get your players the actual true visual of where that is. And I personally like this look, but you can actually go without that and have a little bit more cleaner drawing. So it's up to you, and you can still do the blank white one. But like I said, I'm going to go with the field markers, NFL flag, hit create play. As soon as you hit create play, you're going to go into the editor of the actual play. At this point, you can draw whatever you want, do whatever you want. And you see here what I mean here with the markers. No run zones, the end zone's labeled. NFL flag does adhere to a lot more of the younger players that may just need a little bit more visual help. Now, if you did this and you're like, no, I don't want this, it's as simple as changing it going up here. And say you just want it without the markers, it's as simple as that. But I'm going to go ahead and change it back. Now let's go ahead and add players. So over here on the right, I'm going to hit player. And then I'm going to hit add player. And I kind of want to go with the triangle. Well, let's get the offensive players first. And that's a good one there. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just go ahead and make this the center. We'll make this the quarterback. And let's just say they're in some type of crunch, center bunch as we call it. And you can really play around with it however you want to put them there. And some teams have different, or leagues have different rules. So let's just say it's like this. All right, now to show our offense, we're going to put them in orange. There we go. You can even go as far as really labeling each position if you'd like. And we'll go with the white. And we'll go ahead and make the quarterback. And we'll keep that white too. Wide receiver. And we'll highlight, oh, I didn't mean to change the field. Got a little trigger happy with my mouse. So now we'll highlight both of these two players. And we'll put wide receiver. And then we'll go ahead and change them. So now we have an offense out there, which we could have found an offense already, but if you want to draw everything yourself, you definitely still can. Let's just go ahead and put a ball in here just to help show the symbols. Add. So now what you're seeing here is this offensive team is here where they are allowed to run the ball. So you want to keep that in mind when you're making your defense. So let's go ahead and add our defensive players. And I like to use the triangles. You can use whatever you want. I have to hit add player first. That's my fault. So I have the triangle selected, and then I can hit add player. Oh, I got to move it down here. Now I'll make it a triangle. I apologize. Now at this point, I'm going to keep because these are my players. I'm going to make them, I like it to be a little bit bigger. So I'm going to go ahead and make these, since the offense is orange, let's go with a green color. And we will duplicate 5 times, or 4 times. 1, 2, 3, So we have this defender right here in the middle, this defender just outside, and this defender just outside. And you can put these lines up right up the ball. Actually, I'm going to back them off the ball just a little bit to give them some space. And then we're going to put these two right in the middle of those three defenders in front of them, and about the same depth from each other. Now from here, we're going to take each player, click on it, and now we're going to add a straight line. I'm going to go ahead and change the endpoint to none, and make that a green line as well. Just going to make it a little bit outside here. I'm going to do the same thing for over here. Straight line, endpoint, none. Now I'm not going to put a line on the middle. You're going to see why in just a second. Okay, now I'm going to add another straight line. And I'm going to actually have them fall back in the coverage. And when you teach this, you don't want them to go back there right away. You want them to actually learn how to read the play while they're dropping. You don't want them to drop all the way 10 yards back when the ball's already been handed off and running. So I clicked another player, add line, and same thing, drop just a little bit. I like the no endpoint. I'm going to show you why. Now at this point, it looks a little bad, so let's go ahead and clean this up. Let's add a text box at the end of those lines. And in this text box, you can actually write what you want to write. Outside, run, pass. Now from here, before I save this text box, I'm going to go ahead and make the writing on it green. You can also make the background green and make the writing black or any of these colors if you'd like. And sometimes that does kind of look better, but I'm going to keep the background clear. And I'm going to go green writing. I'm going to go bold so it sticks out just a little bit better. And now I'm going to actually remove the border. So at this point, we're going to duplicate that one time because we have two people that's responsible for this outside run pass. And if you don't like the way it looks, you can actually adjust. And actually, now that I'm looking at it, I do want to make it just a little bit smaller. And I'm going to go ahead and change it. This is the best part about FirstDown Playbook. When you're in here, you can edit anything you want. And this is a play we're making, so it looks better. But you can edit any part of this play that you want. That's what I really like about this. So I'm making this super large. I'm going to go ahead and delete this one. And now I'm going to duplicate this one over here again, since that's the same one I want to use. Let's take this over here, put it there. Now, we can keep the same thing with duplicating. Now we're going to change this one though, after we get it to where we want it. Deep half. And see what I mean? When you have that endpoint on the line that's nothing, you can actually put that text box right there on it. I just really like, I think it's a very clean look. So let's duplicate that one. There we go. Now one more time. Now we're going to get the middle defender here. It'd probably be your middle backer if that's what you want to call them. We're going to get them something here. Now this is something I really like. Since we didn't put a line on them, we're going to tell them to spy center quarterback. Got to keep an eye on the center in this flag football stuff, because the center can be a weapon if people don't use them, or if people use them correctly. Now the best part is we can go back to removing that background. And I'm actually going to go ahead and make an adjustment, make it all one line like I had. You can put it in front. I might like it behind them just a little bit better. I want to make that green. And if you want, you can still, we can move him up just a little bit if you'd like. And we can still add a line that goes back to them, or back to that rule. We're going to go over here after we selected the player, hit straight line. At this point, we'll just move it back. And for the sake of it, I will just keep that arrow on it, and I will actually move that back just a hair. And now we're done. Okay, so now we're going to hit save. After this is saved, we are going to go view it. And this is what you can print off. You can print off one play at a time, or you can add this to your wristband. You can do a lot of things with what you just made here. So we're in the editor now. We're going to leave it. We're going to go view the play. And this is how it would print off. And if you have the printer with ink, you'll actually be able to print this whole play. So hopefully that makes sense. That's just a real quick way of making a defense. I'm not saying this is a good defense. This is just an idea of how to make it. But this is a decent example. You know, you want to cover with 5, especially with all the offensive players in here tight. You do want to cover anything immediately outside the box here of all the players. You know, this could be a good time. If a quarterback is allowed to run, they could try to do a little RPO over here. So you really want to cover this outside run and short pass first. Take away the easy stuff first. And then have these players back here really taught well. They don't have to always fall this far back, but don't let them have anybody cross their face. So if both of these receivers run a short route and this one runs a short route, they could try to sneak the center behind you. So that's what I'm saying. Don't let anybody cross their face. But this person you may be teaching, if this center keeps running, run with them. But this is just an example of a defense. We have several defenses in this find or play section that would really do really good for you. But if you want to create your own, that's how you do it. Hopefully that made sense. Take a free trial if you haven't done so already. If you're already with us, hopefully that helps you understand a little bit more about how to draw these plays. Be more than happy to help if you need anything at all.